just broke late last night, early this morning in the governor's race. Mary Burke is being accused of plagiarizing significant portions of her jobs plan from 3 Democratic candidates who ran for governor elsewhere. This is according to BuzzFeed. Burke blamed the passages on a consultant who worked on those and other campaigns and subsequently fired him yesterday. A Burke spokesman said the copied parts were fewer than 10 paragraphs of the 49-page plan and that the main ideas in the proposal belong to Burke. Well, let's start with Michelle. What does this say to you about the Burke campaign? Are you concerned about this?
Did Mary Burke really have anything to do with writing her jobs initiatives, her thoughts and ideas on that, or was this completely done by a consultant from a different state? And I think it's also interesting that this was broken by, or the story was broken by some national media. It just seems like the Wisconsin media continues to be in the tank for Mary Burke and refuses to ask her any hard or difficult questions. I think Mary Burke is going to have some serious explaining to do. Because if you read those passages, they are verbatim from those other governors' ideas. And you wonder if those were her ideas and how she is going to defend why those ideas were written verbatim in her jobs plan.
Peg, your reaction to this story?
I can tell you of the various things, campaign attack kinds of provisions, this has to be the most ludicrous one I have ever heard of. First of all, it's clear that there are consultants who work for, like, the Democratic Governors Association, the Republican Governors Association, and others. And when you go to conferences, they talk about proposed legislation, proposed ideas, and the like. These happen to be some pretty straightforward proposals, and indeed perhaps a consultant drafted them, and it's something that somebody like Mary Burke or any other candidate for government or governor might say, hey, let's use that in our plan. What makes this so ludicrous to me is that you have an entire legislature filled with Republican representatives and senators here in Wisconsin who have taken state statute and copied things from various organizations that are identical to other state statutes. This is something that is done. One idea that's good is shared by others in neighboring states. It's the whole laboratory for democracy thing. I think if I were to come on and say, oh my goodness, if you look at our mining bill, if you look at our right to bear arms kind of castle doctrine stuff, if you look at our carrying concealed stuff, if you look at the bills that have gone through our legislature involving access to abortion, they have all come from singular think tanks that are used by Republican legislators throughout the United States. And pointing that out is one thing, but saying that this rises to the level of plagiarism is really kind of weird.